Alright, here we have Big Moku Bear. He's chilling in the shade for a minute. So we're on a walk, and Moku does this thing where when he doesn't want to walk anymore, he stops and uses all of his body weight essentially to convince his people, his parents, that he can't go any further and that they need to stop and go home. But Moku is at Frisky Fitness Boot Camp this week, and I know he can go further. I know he's tired. I'm not pushing him beyond his limits. I made sure he had plenty of water. He'll have plenty of water when we get home. He'll rest when we get home. But the thing is, instead of letting him just sort of stop and refuse to move, which is a power play on his part, or it's just the way he's basically learning to get what he wants, which is to use his size and his strength, his physical strength, and that's not cool, not acceptable, because he is really big. He weighs 10 pounds less than I do. So in order for me to be in control, I basically had to say, nope, we're not going to stop like that. You're not going to stop right in the middle of the sidewalk. I sort of moved the leash around him like this. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Good boy, good boy. And we kept walking, and then we got to a shady spot, and I said, okay, take a break. So in other words, I then gave him, you know, the go-ahead to take a break in the shade for being a good boy and continuing to walk when I asked him to. So anyway, it's just a slight adjustment. He's still getting to take his breaks in the shade. I know he's, you know, not used to walking this much. Actually, we're only walking a total of about, I think it's 1.6 or 1.8 miles. It's not that hot yet. It's still the morning. So anyway, Moku, you ready? Let's go. Good boy. See, now that he knows that he's going to get those little breaks, plenty of breaks. He's willing to get up on his own instead of me having to sort of coax him. Come on. See, so we're just trucking right along. So, you know, since he knows that I'm going to give him a nice break in the shade every once in a while, he knows he can do it. He can keep going when I ask him to. He knows there's always going to be that break coming up. So, good boy, Moku. I think, you know, the issue when we have overweight dogs is that we, you know, think to ourselves, oh, they can't do this. They're too tired, or I can't push them too far because they're not going to be able to do it. But see, he's absolutely fine. He's not physically incapable of taking a walk around the block. He just was being stubborn, and again, had sort of learned that he could get what he wanted by just stopping and using his weight to get him what he wanted. So anyway, the problem though in doing that, it's kind of like the self-fulfilling prophecy, like, come on Moku, let's go, good boy. When we say, oh, I can't push him too far, you know, he can't do it, then indeed that's exactly what happens. Dog becomes really overweight, and then they can't go very far. They don't have endurance. They get sick, and they get bigger and bigger. So, you know, just like on, you know, TV shows like The Biggest Loser, you see Jillian Michaels being what some would call mean by pushing people. She's really just getting them to push themselves to their limits and a little bit beyond, so that they build endurance, they get stronger, and then they can do even more the next day. There's a good boy, and now we're home, and he's gonna lay by the fan and drink lots of water and chill out for the afternoon. So there you have it. Moku, can you get a smile for the camera? Moku, there he is. Oh, there's a handsome boy. There's a handsome boy. Good boy.